Welcome to Iron Prep, where we learn about past entries before heading to the new stuff. And today, class, we're going to be going over Twister, because what comes after that?
It's Twisters!
Roll up the sleeves! I'm a little chicken neck bastard, and nobody's got the will to see what I am!
Okay, great. Now shut the f*** up! Great answer. You got it right. Just don't curse next time. It's a little unnecessary, but hey, at least you got it right. Universal and Warner Bros. Originally released Twister in 1996, and it was very popular back then. So popular, it made $495,700,000 while it was in theaters. In today's money, that's more than $500 million. It was a pretty big deal. During the 90s, both Universal and Warner Bros. Dominated with their movies, and some of them still have power decades later. Twister was definitely no exception. Universal even opened a Twister attraction at their amusement park in Florida, only 2 years after the movie came out, and it stayed open for 17 years. I was able to go to this attraction when I was around 7 or 8 years old, and like many kids, it terrified me. This attraction was so scary to me, tornadoes became one of my biggest fears, and I would always remember Twister because of it. Ever since then, I never saw the original movie. Until now. After seeing it, I just know, if I saw it as a young kid, I would have died. But seeing it as a young adult, I was all like, give it to me! Give it to me! Let's start with a plot summary. So there are a lot of things that go on in this movie, but I'll make it quick. The movie's about a weatherman named Bill Harding, who was once a storm chaser, but he wants a new life and a new wife. So Bill travels all the way to Oklahoma with his new fiancée, Melissa Reeves, to make his current wife, Jo Harding, sign some awesome divorce papers.
What?
At least until Jo reveals that she's chasing some tornadoes with a machine that Bill created himself named Dorothy. It sends out some sensor balls into tornadoes in order to gather data and study them. While that happens, Bill notices that his old rival, Jonas Miller, stole his machine design and plans to use it for his own storm chase. Us as an audience are supposed to hate him because he doesn't have a passion for science, he only cares about the money! Bill said, save those papers for later, we got some tornadoes to catch! Both him and Jo are obsessed with the grind. They said, wait, divorce? No, tornadoes, that's all it's about right now! I don't want to spoil any progression of the love story here, but what I can tell you is that the scenarios, the tornado scenarios specifically, get bigger and crazier as the movie progresses. You know what? Crazy is an understatement. Let me make a correction. It's beyond insane!
Your eyes staring into my eyes. You am another guy with 2 eyes on the prize.
The summary I did for this movie does not do it justice. Let me tell you straight up why I like this movie. To me, it's like a mixture of Top Gun and Jurassic Park, with the crazy unique premise being about tornadoes and storm chasing. Before some of you lose your mind, let me explain. This movie grabs the crazy spectacle and horror of tornadoes the same way Jurassic Park does with dinosaurs. Another factor is that the main characters are scientists, and to me, they kind of act the same way as the ones in Jurassic Park do. At least from what I can remember, there is a lot of science talk in this film, but I'm not able to determine if it was realistic or made any logical sense at all.
Inside a tornado, she opens and releases hundreds of these sensors that measure all parts of the tornado simultaneously.
You see, Melissa, it's like this. These sensors go up the funnel and radio back information about the internal structure, wind velocities, flow asymmetries. We could learn more in 30 seconds than they have in the past 30 years. Get a profile of a tornado for the first time.
Now, how's it similar to Top Gun? Twister has the same competitiveness and white boy summer fun as Top Gun, in my opinion.
It gets bumpy here, folks. See, kid? An ordinary person spends his life avoiding tense situations.
God damn you, Maverick. Mav, don't leave him. Goose, Hollywood's okay. I want Viper. Stand by. Viper's coming down. Woo! Rock and roll!
And and it screams country. They got country music and rock and roll playing throughout the whole movie, and it has the same intensity too. Instead of plane fights, it's crazy storm chasing. Does that make more sense now? Not only does this movie grab the fun stuff from other iconic movies, but the imagery in Twister is insane. Remember, this movie came out in 1996. Some of the CGI looks noticeably dated, but it still felt natural. It didn't bother me at all. The tornadoes specifically though are perfect. They'll probably never age horribly. Besides CGI, the practical effects are insane. It really makes me wonder, did anyone get injured while filming? And would the next movie even reach this level of crazy effects? The stuff that happens in general is so exciting that I genuinely felt anxious while watching it. Sure, it's stupid sometimes, but it never got Fast and Furious stupid. And what I mean by that is it never got annoying. It was still entertaining at the end of the day. I was hyped up while watching this movie. I like Twister so much to the point it's hard for me to say what I dislike about it. But that doesn't mean I don't expect major improvements for Twisters. Before getting to my expectations, let's give Twister a quick verdict and rating. Watching this movie felt like a roller coaster ride. While the crazy intense action is the main part of this movie, it didn't feel like the only thing that mattered to me. The plot felt like an appetizer before the main course. The whole experience in general had so many awesome vibes that I could see myself going back to this movie every now and then if there's nothing new to watch. If you're a fan of blockbuster movies from the 80s and 90s, I think it is likely that you'll enjoy this film. Because of that, I give Twister 4 stars. Wait, where's the thumbs at? Oh, I'll get to that. To finish out this video, let's list my expectations for Twisters. Starting with number 1, I expect to see a genuinely good story. Many people, including film critics, weren't fans of the original movie's plot. Siskel and Ebert themselves trashed on this movie because of its plot, and they made it clear that it felt generic and it was easily overshadowed by the special effects.
The best thing in the movie are the great special effects. In fact, they're about the only thing in the movie. In between, there's a silly plot involving Paxton being caught between his first wife and his current fiancée, but with Twisters arriving every 20 minutes, who cares? I admired the special effects in Twisters, but not enough to recommend the rest of the film.
I had the same reaction, Roger. It is a ridiculous story surrounding the Twisters. Now think about it for a second. Why not take your time and write a fresh story,
Yes.
something exciting around it?
Because of that, they both gave the movie a thumbs down. While I enjoyed the plot and the characters in this movie, I could definitely agree on the part where it was overshadowed by the movie's main appeal, the action. I expect Twisters to have a story that's arguably better than this one, like how Top Gun Maverick was better than the original. Now for number 2, I want to see crazy tech advancements. 1996 was so long ago that for some reason the characters never thought about making a remote control for the Dorothy machine. I genuinely think it could have been so much easier to storm chase with a remote control. But in 2024, we can do a lot more than a damn remote. I expect to see some crazy stuff that even I can't imagine in my head. If we see the same stuff from the original, or just get the most boring kind of new technology in Twisters, I will be disappointed. Now for number 3, I want to see crazier scenarios and crazier special effects. It's 2024, guys. Twisters should easily have crazier action and special effects than the original. I want to have a high heart rate while watching this movie, and I hope that they at least have one crazy scene with practical effects, similar to the drive-in theater scene. Now number 4, I need more white boy summer fun. If this movie doesn't have that Top Gun white boy country vibe, it will automatically be less fun than the original.
Oh,
Red meat, we crave sustenance.
guys, we are not invading my aunt.
Food.
Hey!
Now for number 5, the most important one of all, a remote control! That's all I got for Twister, and I'm very excited for Twisters. Expect a review very, very soon. So subscribe right now so you can see it as soon as it comes out. I'm also making a prep review for all the X-Men movies, or at least most of them. Be on the lookout for that too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
You yell the F word at your students in a threatening manner. I've never seen something so vulgar in my life here at Iron Prep School. We have an image to uphold. Do you understand? This is your first strike. Second strike, you're on thin ice. And third, you're fired. Got it?
I just hope next time I don't hit them for the second strike. That's all I have to say.